all right. Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us today. This is another episode of the African Talking Sports podcast. Today we have I'm joining your boy Drinco. So it's another opportunity for the Out and Out show. So we'll be coming to you tonight. We'll be talking about the last match day on Sunday where everybody's playing, and we're going to be talking about the top four in the Premier League, and we're gonna touch on West Ham a little bit just to kind of look at the season and to see how well they did. And then in part two, we're gonna go over the Drinko is gonna go over the European tables for us, the top four tables in Europe. And also after that, we will have a little look at what's happening in Spain, as we all know that it's going down to the wire in Spain. So we know it's going to be an exciting weekend of football all over. It's just not going to be the English league alone, but we're going to have some excitement happening in Spain. Hopefully that we'll see my boy Emmerich can make me proud on the day. So, but without much ado, let's get into this show. Drinko,
Yeah, you want
we
him to
got
make you
the.
proud after he knocked you out of the UEFA.
Yeah, he's still
After he
my
knocked
boy.
you out of
He's
the
still
Europa
my boy.
League,
At least
right?
he took me to the final, unlike
Yeah,
some,
yeah, 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 yeah.
Unlike Pablo boy over there. But that Biscuit boy over there. But let's start the show. Let's look at the Premier League, the EPL.
Yeah,
We have three teams vying for that last two spot.
yeah.
What is your top process? We got what, Liverpool, Chelsea, Leicester. Right now, Chelsea is in what, the third position, if
In
I'm not
third spot,
mistaken, and
yeah.
then
Liverpool is
Liverpool
in
in
fourth.
the fourth, and then Leicester right
Leicester is
behind
in
them.
fifth.
Yeah, so
But
let's see. Let's look at that. What's your top process on all of that?
well, it's guaranteed that United is going to finish second, right?
Hmm.
Nobody gonna catch up with United. So we're left with those two spots.
Okay.
Um, and and Chelsea, Chelsea, 3 points would take Chelsea to 70, right? So Chelsea needs to win.
Hmm.
So Chelsea destiny is in their own hand.
Okay.
Liverpool, if Liverpool wins and Leicester City wins, Liverpool still go through because Liverpool got the goal difference. But then, if Liverpool win by one goal, Leicester would need to win by 5 goals.
Hmm.
And I think Leicester got the hardest game because they play Spurs.
Hmm.
So that's the tricky part for Leicester. Even if they tie on points with Liverpool, they got to score a lot of goals. They got to score a
Okay.
lot of goals to be able to pipe Liverpool to the top four. So I think most likely it's going to be Manchester City, Manchester United, Chelsea, and Liverpool in the top four, and Leicester is going to fall back to that Europa League spot.
Okay. Yeah, and I think I have the same sentiment. I think Liverpool's going to make the top four. Because who their match is Crystal Palace.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's a winnable match. On it's just up to them to screw it up. But I think they are going to make the top four. They're not going to drop out of that Champions League spot. Chelsea is playing by Aston Villa.
yeah. Chelsea got Villa away.
Yeah, so that's a match I feel that Chelsea should win. Villa is
Yeah,
not on the best of form, but this is the Premier League.
and
Anything
the
can happen
last
on,
day.
yes, anything can happen on any given Sunday in this league. So it's but having said that, I still think that Chelsea has a chance. And I think the team, like you said, the team that's in the worst situation in this whole top four race is for the last two spot in the top four is Leicester, because
Yeah,
regardless of not having Jose, I still think Spurs is still a potent team, on their day. And with having the seasons that they have had and the way how things went with Jose and all of that, I think this would be
yeah,
a chance.
but I think Spurs is rattled a little bit, with that
Yeah.
whole Jose firing and then losing a bunch of the last game and Kane stating that he got to leave. I think I don't think the camp is as solid as it should be. And remember, Spurs is always like they want to come to the end of the season and they're not doing well. Remember, I think probably 2 3 seasons ago under Pochettino when
Mhm.
Chelsea when Hazard beat them and gave who Hazard gave the trophy to? Was it Leicester City? I think that was 2016. When Spurs got to the end of the season and they found out they were not, they just broke apart. The
Yeah, I
mentality
mean,
in
yeah,
that team is not
they
strong. That's the problem. They got good players, but the mentality is not there. When they're on the losing side or when they need to make up for the season, they just
yeah,
fall apart.
I agree with you. They are what we call a serial butlers, butlers. But but having said that, let's look. We got to look at the recent form, right? When we're looking at the teams, right? I mean, we can't always go back to the last one, two, three, 4 seasons, right? Sometimes you got to look at what's happening in the moment. And looking at the last 2 games, they won the last 2 games, if I'm not mistaken. And in the last
But
five,
they,
they
they
have
lost to they lost to Chelsea.
the loss to Chelsea. Was it the
They
last?
lost to yeah, that's the last game they played. They
That's the
lost to
last.
Chelsea two
Okay,
one.
2-1. Okay, so that's all right. So,
They didn't play that bad in that game, but
but
Chelsea
I
was just
think
dominant.
I also what I think there's going to be a matter of the players might want to give their fans a good showing, to end the season with everything that happened at White Hart Lane. I think that they will want to show up for their fans, irregardless. So I don't think it's going to be an easy match for Leicester at all. But we will see how everything, pans out for them, and how Leicester will respond to that fight. The good thing about it is none of these teams are playing each other, right? They all playing
They all play
some,
somebody else,
yeah. So if everybody
and
ends up winning, the table stays
yeah,
the same.
but Liverpool got the best of the deal. They're playing
Yeah, they
Crystal
do.
Palace, and
Yeah,
so
they do.
they should handle it, win that game. Aston Villa is more potent than we want to believe, but I think Chelsea's supposed to win that game. But
Hmm.
Aston Villa has been known to surprise a few big teams this season, so we can't just overlook them. And I think they won the last game too.
Yeah.
And
So,
Leicester and Spurs, I just think Leicester is gonna win that game.
hmm, okay. We'll see. I don't really know. I guess when we get to the prediction part, I will probably have made up my mind who's going to win. But yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's
but
going to be a good match though.
yeah, I'm hoping since we're talking this, I'm hoping that Arsenal can lose and Leeds United can win, so
Really?
Leeds can get into
So
that
you're just
Europa
gonna
spot.
jump
Yeah,
from
I want
you
Leeds to get
just you
into.
just gonna jump from we're talking the last 2 spot in the top
No,
four,
no, no,
and you
no.
just gonna jump from there, just
Yeah,
jump
yeah,
straight to
yeah,
it.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
oh,
We're gonna go
hold
down.
up,
We're gonna go down to that Europa
hold
League
up,
spot. I want to look at those Europa League spots.
hold up. But look, I'm the host, and I didn't speak of anything about Europa League spot, and then you out here trying to enforce this little argument agenda.
No, I just, I just, no,
Uh,
no, no, no. I just want to be able to look at the entire table, the
oh my
entire English
goodness.
table over there, and I see that Leeds United is in 10th spot and Arsenal is in 9th spot, and Leeds
Mhm.
got 56 points, Arsenal got 58. So at Leeds can win the game and Arsenal lost. Leeds can go into that ninth
So
spot,
since you want to talk
which
about
is
that, let me see
which,
who
which is a
who.
Europa League spot, right? Because it's possible
The
this, it's
what? The
possible.
ninth part? The
Yeah,
ninth?
it's
Is
yeah,
it the conference league, right? Is
yeah,
it
no,
that's the
this no,
pathway?
no, that's the Europa. Europe,
Oh,
how
really?
many spots
Ninth?
English? How many spots England get for Europa?
I thought it was seven. I thought it was up to
No,
the.
no, yeah, you're right. It's not a
It's
Europa
a
League
seven.
spot.
Yeah,
It's
that's what I
not.
thought.
It's
I
not.
thought it was
So
up to
the
the
so the
seven.
contenders for that Europa League spot is West Ham, Spurs, and Everton.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, West
But
Ham,
I
Spurs, and
think when you
Everton.
in the ninth, you go into I think you go into the conference. Whatever they call that thing, conference league.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, Europa Conference League.
which
But but
doesn't add no
but it
benefit to
don't it
Europa League.
also depend don't depending how the season goes towards the end. Yeah, since Chelsea and City are both in the Champions League and one of them's
But,
gonna win it,
mhm.
don't England get 5 teams in the Champions League?
Then the CL, it's
Yeah,
I don't. Is it increased? Is it?
they're supposed to have 4, but Chelsea and City are in the Champions League.
finals. Okay. So,
Manchester United is in the Europa League. So if Manchester United win the Europa
oh
League,
yeah, then
that
they would get
qualifies
that
them.
CL.
So
Yeah,
somebody need to get that space.
yeah.
Yeah. So
I
England could end up with 5 teams.
yeah, you're right.
In
Yeah,
the
because
CL.
if yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
They could end up with 5 teams in the
If
CL, which
if
would be good for them. I think.
if we had if Arsenal had advanced and made an all English final, that would have been a guarantee fifth spot, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
a
because
guarantee. Yeah, that would be a guaranteed fifth spot because we know City is already in the Champions League, but if City wins the Champions League again,
we got
then
a tough
they're
match
gonna get
though.
that
I
spot.
was just looking at the match day. We got Brighton, so
Yeah. Oh yeah, Brighton gonna beat you. I
let
already
me see
got that. Don't worry, when we get the projection, I'll take care of that for you.
and you got West Brom. So whew, I hope my boy
Uh
Pepe can come through yes with some masterclass on
the
Sunday.
way the way Leeds is ending the season, Leeds should be able to beat West Brom easily.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Leeds has been on the run the last couple of games, man.
No, I
They
think they
haven't
will
lost.
be.
I think they drew two and won two. They've been playing well. I
Mhm.
mean, not because, but they've been playing well.
What else would you say? That's what you say anyway. You're acting like they say you don't want to be saying that. You've been fighting to say that's been eating at you. But no, I think that's a winnable game for them for Leeds. So I don't know if Brighton is a winnable game because Brighton can prove to be. Where are they in the table, by the way? Let me see.
Brighton is in the second
They're
half of the table.
16,
Yeah,
16 spot, right above
in the second
relegation.
half. I didn't look that far, but
Yeah,
they're in the
they
second
on this
half.
they're 16, right above relegation. So and their form is not that good. It's half and half. So we Arsenal. Let's hope we do something. Let's hope we come correct.
Don't hope, man. Have confidence in your team, man. You got on the
I,
people's
I
jersey
have
for
I
God's
have
sake.
confidence in my
Have
team.
confidence in your team. Trust your
I know I
23.
do.
I told you that
I
years
have
ago. Trust your
confidence in my team. I don't know about trusting all the 23, but I have confidence in my team. I have confidence in my team, but what I don't have confidence in is my coach. So that's just the way it is. I don't know who
Yeah,
he's gonna
so
pull.
but I mean, apart from Liverpool on the last 5 games, Arsenal has probably had the best form. They lost one, they won four.
Yeah, no, we have been doing well.
So yeah, so that's
There,
not
but
bad.
the thing with the coach we have sometimes the way how he benches player who perform in a previous match, sometimes it gets a little confusing. So you don't know the lineup he's gonna come up with and the formation he's gonna come up with because this man been in the job for over a year now, and we don't know his his real formation for real, and we don't even know his starting 11. So it's just that's the kind of season we've been having with this guy.
The man's a student of Pep though. So
Yeah, but he's a student of Pep, but apparently he didn't learn well. So
you
because I don't see it.
can't be saying that about your coach, man.
It's just the truth.
But yeah,
Pep make
let's
adjustment when he needs to win games, because the thing we experience. You see, the thing. This is why experience does to you. Experience makes you to understand that the job is about result. It doesn't matter how you punish your players, how you do whatever you do. At the end of the day, you will never be judged. I mean, you'll never be judged on how you manage a player, how you handle a player, but it's going to be judged on what did you do to get a result. The results that you're going to get is how people going to judge you.
yeah.
Like
No,
if
I
you go
agree.
to if you go towards the end of the season, the Aubameyang situation,
I agree.
how long you think
Because
people going to
you,
talk about him benching Aubameyang? People's not going to talk about
no,
that much.
but the other thing fans care about is winning.
Exactly. You know.
Fans don't care how you win, as long
Yep.
as you winning, they don't care. You can draw the West lineup, you can play the West tactics, as long as you winning, the
We
fans
don't care.
don't care.
We're not going to criticize you much. But when
Yeah.
you start to lose game, trust me, we're
Oh
going to
yeah.
find every little thing that's
Oh
in the book
yeah.
to throw at you.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. So that's that. So what other? Do we have any
Let's
other before we
yeah
move
yeah
on
let's
though?
segue into
Yeah.
into West Ham United
Mhm.
because what West Ham they had a decent season and they're sitting in that sixth spot,
Mhm.
which is crucial. And if they win, well, they can't catch Leicester City, so that means they would fall out of the Europa League
Mhm.
contenders, right? Or would they have to play a playoff game?
No, I think
I
let's take a look at where they sit, right?
they
So
think they're in six.
they're six, wait, what, 62, right?
Yeah.
So if Spurs happen to win that game, they're just gonna swap places with Spurs, right? So
Yeah,
that's the seven.
Spurs
So
gonna get
there's
62.
yeah, but it's just gonna matter of swapping places, right, with
But
Spurs
Spurs
because
not playing West Ham. Who West Ham
so
playing?
there's another thing equation we got to look at Everton though,
Yeah,
right?
Everton is
Everton has the same points as Spurs. So it's
man.
Spurs
What
who are they playing? Who's Everton playing? Oh,
Everton
they're
is
not gonna win. They're
playing
playing Man
Man
City.
City. Yeah, that's bad for them.
Yeah, they're not gonna
And
win.
it's and West Ham is playing Southampton, man. Come on, West Ham is
Yes.
supposed to win that game, and
Okay,
they're
so
still at sixth spot.
it's up to them to secure their place and put themselves in a position to well, they're not going to pass Leicester, but at least
No,
they're going
but
to get close, right?
yeah,
Leicester
but
at 66.
I think then they get to play that playoff game before the group stage.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I
far,
mean,
yeah, they get to play that playoff game. So all West Ham got to do is win. But West Ham got the easiest game of the three because Spurs is playing Leicester City and Everton is playing Man City. West
mhm.
Ham playing Southampton.
Yeah,
They got
way,
to be able
way
to. They
down
got to
there.
be able to
So
win that game.
yeah, so that's it's up to them now. I mean, if we're talking about their season, just taking a look at it, um, we're looking at what 18 wins
Yeah,
and 11 losses,
yeah.
right? So they score what 59 goals and um conceded 47. So out of the 37 matches played so far, I don't know how many draws they had though.
They had eight
Eight
draws
draws
and
or did
11
any
lost. 8 draw, 11 losses, and
yeah. So
18 wins. That's not bad. That's not
yeah,
for West
18
Ham,
wins,
man.
11 losses, eight draws. So
Yeah.
yeah, so we're not expecting nobody expected them to win the league. But what
No,
they have
no.
what they have done for themselves is that they play well. Um, they have put themselves in a position to compete in Europe. Hopefully they can carry a good run in Europe and see if they can also be one of those teams that are going to push England in the Premier League, far in Europe, meaning maybe even make it to the final if they can. So it's up to them. I think they can compete in Europe. I know it sounds, but I think they can compete in Europe.
Leicester can't afford to lose to Spurs because Spurs got a goal difference over them.
So it's they do.
Yeah, West Ham, yeah, West Ham can compete in Europe. What David Moyes has done good with that team, man. Considering where they were last season and where they are this season, you got to give them props for that.
So
I think West Ham and Leicester City I think surprised a lot of people this season because everybody was on City, United, Chelsea, and Spurs. Nobody was counting on those teams to be in the mix. And Leicester City has been in the mix in the top four for the entire season, and even West Ham has been in that mix in the top four. It's just lately that they lost some games that cost them their top four spot.
yeah, so that's well, but so it's going to be a lot of interesting things that's going to happen on Sunday. We're going to see how these results are going to come in. I don't know. Maybe we probably need to do some kind of a watch along on Sunday. I don't know.
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
I think we need to
Maybe
do something like
we need
that.
to set up a Zoom and
Yeah. Well, we
and
just on
um
there
and,
and do
and
yeah,
watch
do a
along.
watch
Yeah,
along.
watch
Yeah.
along.
I think that we need to do that for the fans.
At least, yeah, and we'll be
Yeah.
talking, so it's
Yeah.
better than the chat. I know we'll watch along in the chat, but that's when it's all us just chatting to each
Yeah.
other, texting
This
each
will be
other.
talking and hopefully we can do it
Yeah,
live.
that's a good
Yeah.
idea. We can
So
probably do a watch along and record it and
yeah. So
put it
let's
up
see.
on
Maybe
the
we'll,
board.
we'll talk to the rest of the fellows and see who's available and the possibility of trying to
Yeah,
get that done. Because I think there's a lot of excitement on here. There's a lot of excitement going to be later on in the day in Spain. So we have a good football Sunday. I mean, I think everybody should just put everything aside. Um, I'm not going to say don't go to church. Go to church because you're not going to go stand in. You're not going to go stand in front of
man, man, church is online these days, bro.
yeah.
Just
So nobody should
do
say
like my church. My church has a service on Saturday,
yeah,
so
yeah. I always do the same thing
yeah,
too. So
you
I just
log in
it's
on
on.
Saturday, do
I can
Saturday
just turn
service.
my phone on YouTube and just have it on and be going around and listening. Yeah. So that's I think we need to do that.
But so what's up with the European Conference League? What is this all about?
I have no
I
idea.
have
The
no
only
idea.
time I heard about
This is
it
my
when
first time
everybody
seeing it.
started calculating whether Mikel Arteta is going to make Europe, and everybody started calculating this conference league. That's when I got to know about it on Arsenal Twitter. So
Yeah,
I
because
have no idea what it is. I don't even want to play in it. I don't have no interest in it whatsoever.
yeah, I think that too much football. I think UEFA just looking to cap money now. I think they're just looking
Yeah.
for money. All the losses from the COVID, I think they're just looking for money. Because what they did was they cut down the Europa League from 48 teams to 32 teams.
Mhm.
And then they established this new conference
So
league,
what's the
which
difference? You cut the match
I,
and add more matches.
yeah, they cut the matches in that tournament down. And that's why you and myself said the last time. The two teams, the third place team from the Champions League should not go into the
Never,
Europa League. They
never.
shouldn't. Just cut them off.
You lose, you drop out.
Yeah, just
Finish.
cut them off.
You
You
know,
can't push them
it's
into the
almost
Europa
like
League.
you go to school, you feel the class, and they say, "Oh, okay, since you feel the class, go in the other
Yeah,
class and
yeah,
put it."
go there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then you join. Then the other student who been working the till all day, you for some reason you
um,
serve it. No, that's just unfair.
I'm telling
So
you, man.
I just think that all these things, I guess they do it so that in case of big team when they draft in at a certain level, they can be able to stay competing.
They can still be,
That
yeah, but
revenue can
who
still
are
be
you
generated.
competing above though? I mean, who are you
It's not about the
competing with?
competition. It's about the money that the team can generate.
Exactly, exactly.
That's all it
Because
is.
the playing
You
field is
know,
not level. Even look at the Europa
yeah,
League. When you take those teams from the Champions League and put them in the Europa League, the playing field is not level. It's not. You
yeah.
always find if you check the Europa League or a couple of seasons, the teams that come from the Champions League are the teams that win in the Europa League.
Hmm.
Are the teams that winning it? When Seville won it 3 times in a row, they came from the Champions League to drop back there and win it.
So and you when you see all this expansion and adding here and there and doing all of this, now is I think what's happening if you really look across football, there are a lot of small teams who have started to become very competitive. They might not win the Champions League or whatever, but they have the potential to knock out a big team in certain rounds. You
Yeah,
know,
that's possible.
so if you start to look at, so when you see all these little new changes happening, where they gave a lot of teams chance, it's because they want to keep those big teams in there because you don't want the team that bring in the biggest money in terms of television to be knocked out of a competition so early on, because you got to make sure that when you the multi-million billion dollar TV deals that they're signing, they have to justify it. So in order to
So
justify that, you have to give these big teams team chances to keep in these
so
competitions.
in that light, how are they going to suspend Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Juventus from the Champions League
They were going to suspend those
because
people.
of the Super League?
Yeah,
That's what they said. They said three
you,
years too, no?
they're not going to do it. It's going to be stupid of them to do that.
Yeah, I
If
know
you
they're not
suspend
gonna
them,
do it.
your competition is over.
Yeah, they
So
just
who's
blowing
going to sit?
breeze.
You think who's going to sit down and watch? Wow, who are they going to replace them with? Valid,
Who knows?
whatever it is. Who you gonna?
Valladolid.
Yeah, are you gonna replace like who in Germany you gonna bring in place? Or well, not in Germany because I guess Real Madrid never follow suit with the other. But these teams are pretty much your highest
Yeah,
viewership.
yeah,
So what if the TV people start to complain?
yeah. They're not gonna do it. I think they're just
Yeah,
blowing
so
half
it's just I
steam,
don't see that. It's just all talk just to make themselves look good anyway. That's why I never cared when all of this Super League thing was going on. I didn't really give a hoot. As long as I have football to watch, I'm fine. I don't care what they do. If they want to play all the players and play the youth teams, let them play. I will
Yeah,
still
but they
watch.
can't they can't they can't saturate they can saturate the game though. We can't have all kind of leagues just popping out left, right,
Well,
corner,
I,
center,
I
and
see it
all
as
over.
I see it like an economic circle. Let them
Like
do it.
look what happening now. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, we got to jump into this, but look what happening now. Saudi Arabia is petitioning FIFA to make the World Cup every 2 years instead of
Yeah,
every 4 years,
exactly.
and FIFA is saying they agree with it. Eh,
Because of money.
Yeah,
So
so
then
so
why was people lambasting the Super League? Why was people lambasting Perez and all these
exactly.
teams who try to make more money for their team to be able to buy a player to compete to have the spending power that they need, especially with the losses from all the gate revenue during this season. So
You
that's
you
why again, look, sometimes you gotta look beyond the thing. You gotta understand this is business. Yes, we love our clubs, we cherish our clubs. It means something to us more than the owners. But look, football it's no longer in the traditional sense of football like we knew it, like our fathers knew it. It is now a business. It is what it is. That's just it.
yeah,
You
and
know.
and and you can't. I don't see how they do World Cup every 2 years when players got to play for their team then they got to play in qualification games, and then how do you do that? And the qualification
Exactly.
season for the World Cup is long. It's span over 2 years.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do with that? You're gonna force it into 1 year, and then the players, there'll be a lot of injuries. Clubs will start
Yeah. So
complaining about the players and all that thing, and the club are the ones that paying these people the money, man. You can't
yeah.
just take somebody player and get that injured, and then they're struggling in their season because of international games. So
That's what
that's
I'm
gonna
saying.
be
It's gonna be like
tough.
an economic cycle, right? You get a low climb, you act stupid, and then when you hit that peak, and then you drop back down, and then you recorrect yourself. That's what's gonna happen. They're gonna get when they see the injuries, but they don't have a Messi or Ronaldo type player playing for half a season, and they see that people started playing a lot of teams started play a lot of French players. That's when they're gonna change their mind again. So it's gonna be that economic cycle where you go up and then you drop down, you make the correction, and then you correct yourself, and then you start to circle back again. So hey, sometimes you gotta let these people do what they do, and they will learn from it on their own and make their own adjustments.
Yeah, but being in the position that they're in, they should be making some better decisions.
Hey, hey, I can't argue on that, but hey, unfortunately, the world is not an ideal place.
I agree. All right, man.
So that get into the next. I think we're gonna end the first part of the show on this note, and then we'll come back where we drink. Will try to take us around Europe, and I will chime in where I have knowledge on anything in any of those leagues that Drinko is going to try to provide us a lot of update on. So we see you in the second half of the show. Welcome back to the second section of this episode of the African Talking Sports Podcast. We are back again. It's the Al and Al show tonight. Your
Yep.
boy Drinko and your boy Big Al up in the building here. We're trying to hold it down for the fellows on this lovely Friday night as we anticipate a wonderful weekend of soccer, of football, as we call it from where we come from. So let's we're gonna Drinko gonna start us off on this section. We're gonna look around Europe. We're gonna see what's happening in the other leagues, around Europe. I know some of the leagues probably have crown champions already, but we're just gonna look at it anyway and just see what's going down and see if we're gonna have any exciting things happening this weekend. Drinko, take us off.
Yeah, so folks, this weekend is the last match day for all the major league, the five major leagues in Europe, and most of them play 38 games, but in Germany they only play 34 games because they have only 18 teams in that league, where the other leagues have 20 teams. So we'll start to look at these tables and look at what's coming up and see where some changes going to happen over the weekend. So we'll start off with Germany, because in Germany we already have a champions. We all know that Bayern Munich have won the league title there with 75 points currently, and they could add three more points if they win the last game. RB Leipzig is number two, and they got 65 points. So in Germany, there's not going to be any changes in the first two position, right? Bayern is going to remain number one, and RB Leipzig is going to remain number two. Now, where it comes down to is between Borussia Dortmund and VfL Wolfsburg. So both of those teams are on 61 points, but Dortmund holds the goal difference, which is just two. So Dortmund has a goal difference of 2 points over Wolfsburg. Uh, so it's both need to win to stay on course for the third place, and then figure out what the goal difference is going to be. Uh, Eintracht Frankfurt is looking from the outside, but if they win that game, they're only going to get 60 points. So there's no way they're going to get into that top four. So the top four is going to end up being Bayern Munich, RB Leipzig, Borussia Dortmund, and Wolfsburg. But between Dortmund and Wolfsburg, it's going to be a toss of who's goes number three and who goes number four. I think it make a difference on how you go into the Champions League part. Um, and that's it. So we're not going to waste our time with Bayern Munich and RB Leipzig because we know they
You
got
already
the
know what's
first
going
two
to happen,
spot
right?
right. But Dortmund is at Bayer Leverkusen
Mhm.
this weekend. And for some reason, I didn't put who Wolfsburg is playing. Look on your chat there. Tell me who
So
Wolfsburg is playing this.
Wolfsburg, let's see what we have. Wolfsburg is going to be playing Mainz.
So Wolfsburg
Let
is
me put
playing
them.
man. So I think Dortmund got the hardest of the game compared to
Yeah,
Wolfsburg game. But
Leverkusen.
Wolfsburg has not been playing well, so anybody can beat them on a given day.
Hmm.
Lately they've lost two games and they won two and drew one, so they need to step up. Whereas Dortmund have won the last five games in a row, so
Yeah.
Wolfsburg have not been playing too well lately. They need to step that up.
So it's if they ever play hard in their life, they need to make sure to beat Mainz. Mainz is at number 13. So if they lose that game, then it's on them. Seriously speaking.
Yeah. If they but if both of those teams win, then it just depend on, can Wolfsburg score two goals more than Dortmund would score, or what each team will concede on the other end. But the goal difference is just two between the two of them. So we'll see
I
what
think
happens in
yeah,
Germany. I think it's interesting.
if you because well, so yeah, that's it's gonna be interesting because that's 61-61. I mean they're not like somebody's chasing them. Nobody cannot
No, nobody can knock them
yeah,
out of
can
the
knock
out of
them out
the
of those
spot.
spots, but it's just about swapping places, right?
Yes. It's
To
about
get
who go
that
in third, because you go
yeah,
in
the
third, you get
European,
a
yeah.
the Champions League. It depends what Champions League part you go into for the group stage
I
draw.
guess I
So
think Wolfsburg should be comfortable staying in fourth and just go to the Europa League. So no disrespect to Wolfsburg fan, but
yeah,
don't waste
I think, yeah, that's the thing too. Yeah, that's a good point you made,
yeah,
because I
don't
think
waste
in
your time to
Germany
go to
only
Champions
only
League.
only the top three teams go to the Champions
Yeah,
League, right?
yeah. So don't waste your time going to Champions League. You're not gonna last long there anyway.
I mean, of course you don't waste the time.
No, I mean it's serious. Don't waste your time. I mean, how
But
much
then
money?
Germany is going to have the same representation they had last
But
season.
that's the
Prime
thing.
League,
They're always
uh,
gonna have that.
Leipzig and
They're gonna have
Borussia
it for the
Dortmund.
next couple of years. Looking at that competition. Bayern Munich is always going to be where they at, and I don't know how many teams in Germany better than Leipzig. Dortmund doesn't seem to be ready yet to play the part, and I think they're going to lose Haaland somewhere along the line. So and if they lose him,
That's
I
it.
don't know.
That's it. But that's the thing with Dortmund. They're always selling their players.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So
The
it's
best
just
run they had was when Jurgen Klopp was there. They had a real good run.
yeah. So work pressure and waste your time. Be comfortable in your full spot. Enjoy the Sunday. Enjoy the weekend and have fun. You do what you're doing. You do what you're doing nothing. You're drinking Germany during the matches, and
Like
whatever
what
you
a
do.
day, right?
Exactly.
Like, okay, so let's look at the French league, right? Like, let's look at the French league. And it's crazy in the French league, believe it or not. Because Leo is number one, but they have 80 points.
Mhm.
The goal difference is 40. So PSG has more goal difference than Leo has, and PSG has 79 points. So if PSG wins, they go up to 80 what? 82 points. If Leo wins, they'll go to 83 points. So Leo has the championship in their control. They need a win.
Let's see who they're playing. By the
They're
way.
playing Angers. I
Oh,
think they should win that game.
yeah. Angers is
Yeah.
sitting number 12, and
Yeah, I
they've
think
been
they should win
losing
that
like.
game.
Ooh, they've been losing all the stuff.
Yeah, but that's not the only crazy part about the French table now. Monaco is in number three, but Monaco has 77 points. So if
Hmm.
Monaco wins, they get to 80 points, which tie which will start with Lille, but Lille will be better on goal difference.
Even
And Lille,
Leon
yeah,
is
Lille is
still.
76 points.
I
So
mean, the goal
it's
difference is
tight.
horrible though, but
Yeah. But on the point scale is the
yeah,
76. If they win, they get
wow,
79 points. They catch up with PSG currently.
yeah,
So PSG can't afford to lose, right? PSG can't afford to
yeah. They
lose. Lille
cannot.
can't
I don't
afford to
think.
lose.
Yeah, even though they got a better goal difference over above those two teams, but
Yeah,
they have to
yeah.
go into to win.
If PSG lost and Monaco wins, Monaco go into second place, right?
But who they
If
playing? Brest. PSG playing Brest.
PSG is playing Brest.
So if they lose to Brest, then I don't think they need to be allowed to play in the Champions League next season. Seriously
and
speaking.
and Monaco is playing Lens and Lyon is playing Nice. So I think Lyon probably got the tough game of the last round in France. So yeah, folks, is Leo is at 80 points, PSG is at 79, Monaco is at 77, and Lyon is at 76. So it's gonna be a toss out in France. Leo needs to win the last game and they become champions. If PSG win and Leo lost, we'll see PSG become champions.
And we don't
you
want to
know,
see that. We need a break in
yeah.
the
Uh,
monotonous.
and then Monaco and Lyon is just gonna toss it up for who go in the third place because I think France only get three teams into the Champions League. So whoever in the fourth place is gonna go to Europa League. Um, so yeah, but if Lyon win and Monaco lost, Lyon can go in the third place. So it's tricky in France. So we'll keep a close eye on it this weekend and see what happens. I didn't mention in the first part, but the leading goal scorer in Germany is of course Robert Lewandowski.
Oh,
The
yeah.
leading goal scorer in France is Kylian Mbappe, and he has 26 goals.
Hmm.
Well, and yes, the surprise of the season as we come to the end, Italy. Italy, Italy is a surprise. The champions in
Now,
Italy.
before you go into Italy, right? Let's
Yeah.
talk about Serie B a little bit in Italy. Why am I bringing this up? What's the name? Mario Balotelli and what's the
Yeah,
is it Kevin Prince, the guy
yeah,
from
Boateng.
Whiting?
Yeah.
They play for this team. I forgot the name of the team, and the team. What happened to the team? Did they get relegated? I don't know. Something happened to that team, and people was asking the question. So does that mean these two gentlemen career is over
Oh,
since they play for this team and this team couldn't make it through? And so what do you think? Do
yeah.
you think that
But I think that careers are winding down anyway. I actually I don't follow Balotelli or Kevin Prince anymore. I don't watch Serie B in Italy, so yeah, I think they're at the age where their career is gonna go down. I don't know if Kevin Prince is older than the other boy thing that plays for his brother that plays for Bayern Munich, but even his brother is,
I
you
would think
know,
that his brother's the youngest though, but anyway,
oh okay,
that's what I'm thinking though, bro.
yeah, but it's funny you brought that up, man.
Yeah, I
But
saw that on Twitter the other day. I'm like, man, this is funny.
nah,
Is it
they just
Monza is the team name, I think.
if the
Monza.
team get relegated to the third tier, then the guys will
Yeah.
just go down and play. If they're making 25 grand a week, why not?
Chilling down chair, making 25 grand a week. Yeah, that's not a bad life
Yeah,
though.
that's not a bad life. I still be playing,
uh,
But yeah, Italy is a surprise this season. Inter Milan are the champions in Italy. They have 88 points. Nobody's gonna crush them. The closest team to them is Atalanta. Atalanta has 78 points. So yeah, it's the fun part in Italy. The other three teams, Atalanta, AC Milan, and Napoli, are only separated. Actually, Atalanta has 78 points. AC Milan have 76. So they're 2 points behind. Napoli have 76. And Napoli got a goal difference on. I mean, Inter Milan has a goal difference. AC Milan has a goal difference on Napoli, right?
mhm,
So so Juventus is at number five. Yes, here's the fun part. Juventus is
mhm,
at number five, but Juventus have 75 points.
mhm, mm.
So
Yes.
over the weekend, this is what makes Italy interesting. Atalanta is going to play AC Milan. So something got the gate. A draw might be good for the both of them. A draw might be good for the both of them. And a Napoli loss. So if Napoli lost and the both of them draw, they can remain in second and third place. Now, if Juve win the game, Juve is going to get to 78 points.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
so that's interesting over there.
yeah,
And
and but Atalanta still has a better goal difference. So Atalanta,
yeah, they still have a better goal.
yeah,
They
but
have a better goal
still,
difference.
yeah, can still Atalanta can still. Juve
Their
cannot
best
pass
bet is to
Atalanta.
win, but they're playing AC Milan, so it's not going to be an easy game for them
Yeah, but even if that happens and they lose and Juventus wins, Juventus gets 78 points, but Atalanta still remain top because of that goal difference. And I don't think
because of the
Juve
goal
gonna.
difference. But
Yeah,
If AC Milan wins, AC Milan gets 79 points. So Atalanta is going to come down, and Juve is going to
yeah,
be in
but
the
the,
fourth
the
place.
difference between the second and third to be in the grand scheme, I think it doesn't really matter, right? I mean, you all
Yeah,
gonna
but
be in
but
Europe,
you
right?
gotta Yeah, but you gotta consider Napoli in our mix. They have 76 points too.
Yeah, but Napoli, yeah, you're right. You're right. Because Napoli wins, and then you have what,
Yeah.
79?
So it's
And
really
yeah.
and Napoli has been Napoli has won, they drew 1 and 1 for the last 5 games. So it's
Who's playing
I
who? But who's playing who? Let's look at who's playing
well,
who.
yeah. So Inter is playing Udinese, right? That doesn't count.
Let's
Inter
take
is
Inter
already
out.
champion,
Yeah, they already
right?
where they are.
Atalanta is playing AC Milan, so
Hmm,
something got to give.
man, this is a match to watch.
Yeah, that's I'm going to keep an eye on that game this weekend.
Yes,
Yeah,
that is a match to watch. So
yeah, something got to
somebody
give.
going, somebody dropping, somebody
Yeah, that's
dropping.
why I'm saying a draw for them. A draw will put Atalanta at 79 points or put AC Milan at 77. And then a Napoli loss.
Hmm.
And then a Napoli loss is good. That's the best scenario for the both of them, right?
The bad news for them is that Napoli is playing Verona,
Yeah, Napoli is
who
playing
sits in the
Verona.
10th spot and probably haven't won a game since I don't know
And
when.
and Juve is playing Bologna.
Bologna, who's there? They're in the same shoes as Verona, 10 and 11, and they all
Yeah,
have the
so
same. Apparently, have the same streak because
yeah,
it seems
so
to not have won a game in the lobby, I guess. But
yeah.
hmm.
So yeah, Italy is a tricky one. But anyway,
Hmm.
the leading goal scorer in Italy is CR7. He have 29 goals. Um, Lukaku is somewhat below him with I think maybe 23 or
Lukaku
something
said, "Man, you can take your goal king. I got the cup.
like that.
I got
Hey,
that."
Lukaku surprised people. Even Taro is saying
He
let
ain't
Lukaku
surprised
come
me.
back to Chelsea.
He ain't surprised me. He's in Italy. That's what it is.
Oh God,
bring
oh
him back,
God.
bring him back to the Premier League. And when the fast defender then start rushing down, breathing down his neck, he start ringing the bell again.
Here we
He's,
go.
he start hitting his car box.
Now, so next to France, the other fun league in Europe this weekend is going to be
The
the
Spanish
Spanish La
league, and we're
Liga.
gonna jump into that right off the back of the tour of Europe. So
The
that's the
Spanish La
section we are
Liga.
in now, and I'm gonna give the floor back to Drinko again. To that's his league. I'm only interested
Yeah.
in the Spanish league for banter. As you can see behind me, I ain't put no team name behind me, but you can look at the colors I use, and you
we,
can
we,
tell who I'm referring to back there.
we
So
still got 13 Champions League titles, and
you
Arsenal don't
got
have
13
none.
money
So don't
bags.
be talking,
You
okay?
got you got 13 money
Keep
bags.
quiet.
VR ain't having that with you.
VR has been bad to us this season. It's okay.
That's what I'm saying. You got 13
VR
money
has
bags.
VR has been bad to us. But look,
uh,
Atletico Madrid is in prime position. Like Leo in France, Atletico Madrid has this in their hand. They need to win the game. They win the game, they are champions,
mhm.
right? They have 83 points. They win the game, they go up to 86 points. So they need to win. They win, they are current champions. Now, if Atletico Madrid lost and Real Madrid, who's in second place, win, we'll see Real Madrid becomes champion because Real Madrid will have 84 points. It will be 1 point above Atletico Madrid. So it comes down to Atletico Madrid winning. If they lost and Real Madrid wins, Real Madrid goes into second place. Barcelona is completely out of it. Barcelona doesn't make a difference for them. They're gonna end up either in third or fourth place because if Seville win the game, Seville has 74 points, Barcelona have 76 points.
Mhm.
If Barcelona falter and Seville win the game, Seville is gonna go into third place and Barcelona go into fourth place. And just to mention, Real Sociedad and Betis are looking, you know, outside in they're gonna go into the Europa League. It seems
Yeah,
like
they're not going to.
Federer might have a saying with that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
because
So
that's one point. Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
and for match day 38 in Spain, the matchup, Real Madrid is playing Villarreal, so I think Real Madrid has the toughest game.
Yeah,
It's
they
gonna
do though. They
Yeah.
do have the better of the toughest rather. Real Madrid have the
Yeah,
toughest
they
of the
had a
two
toughest.
teams. Two
But
teams.
but Atletico Madrid is playing Valladolid.
Mhm.
Valladolid is owned by Real Madrid legend. So we just
Oh my
they might
goodness.
want to do us a favor right there, right?
So you're just trying to throw that in there in hopes that the
Yeah,
players will be watching and oh my
it's owned by Monk, the real Ronaldo.
well
So they might want to do us a
he
favor
might own a
and
team, but the players they don't
see
share
what
his sentiment.
happens.
So the players have their fury as well. So that has something to do with that too.
Yeah, so and Atletico Madrid is playing Villarreal. I don't know how you see that game. I think Atletico Madrid is
Another
gonna
coach
win
you
that
win.
game.
I mean, look, we talking about a team. Well, let's see where they are on this table here. They're in the 19th spot. I don't know when the last time they won a game. Now, if you on the last day, this is a cup final. Let's just put that in that context. This is one match for you to lift the trophy.
Yeah, but
And,
but look at the table. If Valladolid win, do they get out of relegation?
if they do win, they no because it's gonna
They,
be
they don't
Elche.
get out of they don't get out of
They're gonna
relegation.
match the same point as Elche,
Got a goal difference.
and yet the goal difference is horrible too, because what they call house guy.
Hoskai, yeah,
House guy is in the 17th spot with 33 points, right?
yeah,
Uh, Bellador is the 19th team with 31 points, but it's like negative 22 goal difference, and Hauska has
yeah. That's it.
19,
Yeah, that's it.
negative
So
19.
so
So
so most likely they're gonna get
yeah,
relegated.
so
But they
they
might want they
can
might want to go out with a bang though.
if Hauska lost their game and they win, they can go up,
Yeah,
right?
but
They
but
can take
not they
34.
can
Hauska would drop.
but they cannot go into 16th place because 17.
No, they
I
cannot
mean
go into the 16th place. Katafi
18,
got that
19,
lot.
20, 18, 19, 20. So you need to get into 17 or 16th place.
17. So they have if they win and they have to pray that Huska lost their game, and then they can take that 17th spot, and Huska will have
Okay.
to drop. Yeah, because then they will be
So all they
they're gonna
gotta
be
do is
34.
be
Yeah,
motivated and go out there and beat Atletico Madrid.
but if both of these teams win, if they and Huska wins, they can't make it because of their horrible goal difference, unless they score like 5 goals on the night, on the day rather. LG also has something to say with 33 points. So LG and Huska has the same points, but they also have a horrible goal difference with negative 23. So if LG wins and Hauska wins, Valladolid just have
Valladolid,
to forget about it.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Apparently, apparently your
hopefully
legend don't know how to manage a team, man.
he's not managing the team. He's the owner. He's the
Apparently,
person. He's not
apparently he's
managing the team. He's
apparently
not
he's
the
a broke
manager.
apparently he's a pro legend with all money to attract some good decent player to
Man,
keep
own
him
whole
mid
team.
table.
You said the man broke. What kind of business is this,
He
man?
broke me. He can attract good player to keep him mid table. That's why he's gonna be relegated. So
For a man
you
who team has
you
no
you
legend, it's
Madrid
amazing.
Madrid and the broke legends.
For a man who team has no legend. Anyway, the leading goal scorer in Spain is Lionel Messi with 30 goals. I don't think anybody's gonna cap that
Hey,
for him. The
Messi,
closest,
Messi walking or being a leading goal scorer, my people.
the closest is Suarez. And we must mention, man, I think Barcelona made a mistake selling Suarez to Atletico Madrid.
Yeah,
Uh,
but Barcelona have been making a lot of mistakes for a long time.
he's been on fire at Atletico Madrid. Man got 20 something goals this
Wow,
season. Yeah.
wow,
I
wow.
think 20, maybe they're 25 or something like that.
But then let me ask you the question: you think he would have scored that amount of goal at Madrid with the current team?
If he had come into Madrid,
No, not Madrid, but if he had taken
Barcelona.
Barcelona, you think he would have scored that amount of goal looking at the current team?
Ah, well, considering that they got Messi, yeah, he probably would have been somewhere close to 20 or around 20 though. Because Messi will always get that
Because
ball
it
from
seems that that
midfield.
whole team need overhaul.
Yeah, Barcelona. The thing is, Barcelona is depending on a lot of the kids from the youth team, and they're not living up to the expectation that previous people from the youth team had lived up to. So at this point, they're on try and error. Yeah, they want to fire Ronald Koeman and bring in a new coach. I don't know who they're gonna get,
But
but
finish. I got something to say.
if Messi leaves, then they just got to go to a complete
New
zero
revamping,
degree
yeah.
and start to rebuild from the scratch.
But you see, let's look at this glorious La Mesa, man, whatever they call it. Let's yes, they have some outstanding players that have come through, but the idea that to think that that academy is going to carry that team is just false. It never has. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but it never has. Even when the
But
Xavi,
Barca,
Yeah,
No, it did for a minute though. It did for a
but
minute because
think about it.
Xavi
If
and Iniesta,
Busquets,
Messi, Busquets,
yeah, Messi,
Piqué, they all came out of
I
there.
wouldn't count Messi that much. I know Messi came with a natural born talent. I don't think it had anything to do with them. They
Xavi was
just
good, Iniesta was good, so they
no,
all
I
came out
know,
of
but
there.
okay, you say Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets.
Busquets,
Who else? Don't call
Piqué,
Messi. Messi is not part of Piqué sucks.
what?
That take
What?
Piqué. Let not
What?
spoil. Piqué
you,
sucks.
you,
Piqué
you
was
make a
made that
you,
and came back.
you make a point there. Yeah, but
How many people?
it does.
That's like you haven't even named five good players,
Well, there are a few more that
and you can't remember them at all.
Puyol came
Okay,
out of there.
Puyol, the great
So
Puyol, yeah.
yeah, so you can't
But then
just
think about it though. I would say on one hand,
yeah,
you see the point
but
I'm trying to make.
they
Then
have
sprinkle all the gem and the dust from outside, the African dust in Samuel Eto'o. Sprinkle in the Brazilian dust in Ronaldinho. You know, sprinkle in
Drinco.
those continental dust that made that team great, and people made it seem as if this wonderful, glorious La Mesa is so responsible for this team's success.
They produce some real good
They
players over the
produce some
years.
good
They do.
players, but
The great Fabregas that play for your came from there, bruh.
he never played for them. Apparently, he wasn't good
He
enough for
played
them.
for them after he left Arsenal. He went back.
But that's not no. When you bring up a player in your academy, you have to put him in your team for
All
that
right.
player to be
Okay.
considered has played for you.
Okay. I agree. But
We
he came to
made
us. But he
we
came to Arsenal.
breathe.
He made a difference, though.
Yeah, exactly. No, he came to Arsenal under a
So you
good
want to say
coach.
Arsenal made him?
We made him. We did. He came to Arsenal under a good coach and under a good mentor and a good style of football that suited him well. So we made him. He went
so
back to them.
so
How
so
long he last with them?
since Henry left Arsenal and went to Barcelona, won the Champions League game, we say
Mhm.
that Barcelona made Henry.
No, how will you make the person when he already a top player before going to you? I'm talking about a young Cesc Fabregas leaving over there and coming to us.
No,
The brand of football that we play,
trust me, I'm a Real Madrid fan. And Barcelona
yeah.
Academy, unlike Real Madrid go and buy
No,
players.
it's a good
They take
academy.
one or
Don't get
two,
me wrong. That's not the
take
point
one
I'm
or two
saying.
from the academy and sprinkle them in. But Barcelona have been able to produce some real good players
No,
for
they
them.
have. But the point I'm trying to make is that the statement that you made, or they thought that they're going to rely on the kids from the academy, but it's not working out.
But
That's a
that's what they're
mistake,
relying on now.
and
Yeah, I
that's a
agree with
mistake.
you. I agree with you. But there's no money to buy anybody.
Yeah,
You see,
but again,
when they
that's
had
that.
Iniesta and Xavi and other people, they were able to buy Eto, they were able to buy Henry, they were able to buy Danny Evans, they were able to
Mhm.
buy what's the
They,
guy that played on the other side for them that came from Seville. They were able to buy him. They were able to buy what's the other great African that used to play in the midfield for them? Keita. You said they were
all
able to
these
buy
guys,
other
and the
players that
French
they sprinkle
contingents,
into. Yeah.
the French slash African contingents,
Yeah.
all these players made that team great. But people always give the glory to this academy because of a few players, right? So there is as much as I guess you can say every good academy will produce an average of five, six good players, over the course of several years, for a team. Yeah, so I give it to them for that. But people should not make a mistake and think that that academy
Yeah, they can't rely on it.
was
At least
was
it's showing now that they cannot rely on it.
no, they cannot. And even there are teams that have brought in players. We don't talk about them a lot, but there are teams that are consistently brought in players from the academy for a long time and that have played in the league and actually carried the team more than that La Mesa
I,
has carried Barcelona.
I heard today that Sergio Aguero is about to sign for Barcelona.
Yeah, yeah. I think he still got a year or two in him.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I don't know why City. I don't know why City
yeah.
is letting
Well,
him
maybe
go.
not for the Premier League. We have to understand. We have to take into consideration the league now because the football is played a lot different in Spain, right, than it is in England, right? I mean, I know England is shifting from that old way of playing into a much more continental style. You know what though? I think that's part of the success of the English teams nowadays in this European league. Don't you think so? I know we kind of segue into something different
Right,
from the
that they're
league.
playing from what?
Because if England, we used to say how when a player comes from abroad, it takes them a long while to kind of
Mhm.
get acclimated, and a lot of them sometimes end up not really settling down well. But nowadays, a lot of foreign players settle down well in England, right? If you really think about it, a lot of or
Yeah,
foreign
but
player comes in.
Al,
It,
it's these things go around, right? It's
mhm.
England time. It's that time.
No,
They got three
but
teams
we
in
got to
Europe
look at the
that in
contributing
finals.
factor, Drinko.
Yeah,
We got to look at the contributing factor.
Al. A couple of years ago, Spain was dominating.
Mm-hmm.
Spain had three, four teams. When Real Madrid were winning the Champions League three
Hmm.
times in a row, Sevilla were winning it three times in a row.
Hmm.
No other Spain was dominating.
Hmm.
England is dominating now. We give it down.
No,
They're
no. What I'm
dominating
saying
now.
is,
I don't know what factor play into it though.
no, but don't you think, dude? I'm asking you a question now. I'm not debating all of that stuff you said,
No,
right?
they're attracting good players.
Yeah, no. So what I'm saying is, yes, agreed. But what I'm saying, don't you think that because of that, the style of playing in England has kind of changed than it was maybe 6, 7, 8 years
Yeah,
ago,
I agree with
and
you.
it's shifting to a more continental.
Because
Hmm.
because of the foreign coaches that's coming into England.
Hmm.
If you rely on the English coaches, the football is not going to change.
Yeah,
But the foreign coaches that are coming into England is changing the game.
with different styles
Klopp
of
is changing
play.
the game. Pep is changing the game. Look at Tuchel now; he's changing the game.
And what's your boy need? Even though he's leaving, the Wolves coach also kind of on
Oh,
another
he
level.
leaving?
He's in there. Yes, he's leaving. Wolves. You didn't hear the news. You didn't see the thing posted today.
Damn, man,
He's.
I like that guy name,
I
man.
heard his name being he left. He's gonna
Espacito.
be he's gonna leave Wolves this at the end of the season. But I'm hearing him being linked with Spurs.
Why he gonna leave Wolves?
Maybe the
Why Wolves
mutual
will
is
let him go? Why Wolves will
I
let him go?
mean,
He's a good coach.
maybe they figure
Having
that
a
he
bad season, but he's a good coach.
maybe they figure he's not gonna carry the team no further. I mean, I don't know. I mean, hey, teams wanna make that
Who they're
decision.
gonna get? Who they're gonna get?
Or
Who's in the
maybe he
market?
just decided he wants to leave and they just did it in a respectful way and
Or
mutual agreement.
yeah, maybe they're not giving him what he asking for.
Maybe, yeah. So I'm
They're
hearing,
not giving him
or maybe he would just
what
tell
he
them, no,
asking
he's not going to stay and he wants to go. Maybe because I'm hearing his name coming out now with the whole Spurs thing. So who
for. Oh
knows?
really?
Maybe Spurs might have contacted him and he felt that he wants another
Yeah, he
challenge.
wants.
And
Yeah,
yeah, so it could be.
yeah, and Spurs, Spurs will have when they sell King, they'll have some money to spend. So that's not a bad gig to take.
Yeah, so who knows, man? But I'm just saying, you see, like, so I think that with that shift in the way football is been playing, like you said, with the foreign coaches all over from top to bottom now, because it's not like we're only the top 5, 6 teams who have full foreign coaches. Now all the little
No,
teams that are
all the
hiring
little
foreign
teams
coaches.
got yeah.
So I think it has brought about, and not only are they when they attract these foreign coaches, what then happens is these foreign coaches brings in these players from their home country or from the previous league that they were in and with their contacts and stuff.
Yeah,
And then it changes the dynamic of the football in the league and
yeah.
kind of gear it towards a more continental way. And I'm thinking that with, like you said, we're now talking about, I guess, I don't know if I want to call it England dominance of Europe. I don't want to put that label on it right now because I don't feel it's the same type of
No,
dominance that we saw.
it's dominance for the
Mhm.
season. It's not dominance in the sense of Real Madrid when they won three in a row, or Sevilla when they
Or
won three in a
Barcelona
row,
when they were
or Barcelona when they were.
consistently,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
not. Or it's
yeah.
not. They're not there.
Yeah, it's
But
almost like at the
but
beginning of something, but
yes,
they
but if
haven't
they
gotten.
continue, they could establish that dominance if
Yeah.
they can
So
continue.
so I think it's so that and that is that whole foreign interjection and from top to bottom is really paying dividend for England now on the European stage. And and this goes back to people in England who complain about foreign folk coming our league, yada yada yada, and they always want to act like they're so special than the rest of Europe
They will
and
always
stuff
complain,
like
man.
that. Yeah, so I think they should look at that as some sort of blessings
The
and
English fans are on a different level. They're on a different level.
my goodness,
It's they want to own the team, and I agree. You're a fan, yeah, but these people got investment into these things. These people put their
exactly.
money into it, so you can't just say, "Oh, you gotta do it this way, this way." No, yeah, they want to do it this way or that way. And granted, most of the American owners in England right now don't have that much interest invested in the game. They got the interest invested in making the money, and that's I think that's the problem for the fans. That you got to have some invested interest in the game. You got to
Yeah.
watch the game, know who they're playing, care about whether they win or lose. But these dudes don't care, man. They
No,
do for Arsenal
but
don't care.
But the
Glazers
thing
don't care.
about
They don't care.
if you're a fan and it's just like me. I can't be telling I can't be telling Stan you need to break the bank. Then I'm here talking about Stan. Why Stan want to join the Super League to get more money? And
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. I want Stan to break the bank. So if breaking the bank means getting the Super League, then hey, let's go for the Super
Exactly.
League. let's get the money and break the bank. You
Yeah.
know, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
But
that's what's up. But the fans
yeah.
they want it both ways. They want to keep the league in the transitional sense of what they've been doing when they were a child, when they were from their childhood, or when their parents used to take them to
Don't
the
work that
stadium.
way. The
But
business has become more
yeah,
permanent in the game. There's
yeah,
a business part of it. Yeah,
exactly,
I don't care how you dissect it. There's a business part of it, and
exactly.
these owners are looking at the business part of it and not the game because they're not invested. They're not vested. They're not a Levy or these people what's the guy at Chelsea, Abramovich. These people
Yeah,
are invested in the game. They go to the game. They sit there. They watch the team. They make decisions. These dudes are Arsenal and United. They don't
Liverpool and
care.
them, yeah, they don't care about all of
And
that. They
Liverpool,
want,
they don't care.
and they're not gonna take money from elsewhere and come
Oh,
keep every year pouring it
no,
here and
no.
not getting nothing
Because
out.
because
So
the guy that owned Liverpool also owned the Boston Red Sox. So
yeah,
he got money. He
so
got the money
yeah,
from
and they
that
gotta
side.
run that franchise, and you don't know the amount of money
Exactly.
they made from that franchise. So they're not gonna take that money and bring it to you. So you gotta find ways. They were inject some cash. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, at some point in time, Liverpool got to start making money for Liverpool.
Yeah, yeah, but these Americans not gonna act like Roman Abramovich
No, they're not going to
from
do it.
Chelsea, where he was just taking his money and putting it into Chelsea. They're
These
not
people
gonna
are,
do
they are
that.
capitalists. They're not going to do
Yeah,
it. They're not oligarchs.
if the club don't make money, so be it.
Yeah, they're not
We ain't getting
oligarchs.
no players.
Yeah, so that Russian money was some way, somehow, some way.
Yeah.
So it's different from this capitalist money.
Yeah, but it got to a point he stopped pumping it in like that, but it was all good. He
Yeah,
did
so
well.
yeah, so it's that thing. And when you're a fan, you on Twitter crying for the next big signing, you have to be thinking about where that money gonna come from. So when the
Yeah.
men try to go out and get that money, you can't get mad at Mandem for trying to do Mandem things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
let's try
man.
to
Yeah.
get into the prediction for the
Yeah,
weekend.
let's
And
go. Let's get into these
you
predictions,
know what we're
man.
gonna do? We're gonna
Oh
do the
my.
prediction for La Liga as well. Let's do the prediction for the
The
matches
top
between
four.
the let's just look at it the game between the Atletico game and the Real Madrid. Let's make a prediction on that since those matches gonna decide who's gonna win the
So
title.
yeah, so Real Madrid versus Villarreal. I'm hoping and I'm
Mhm.
wishing that Real Madrid can at least win that game by 3 goals. So I'll say Real Madrid 3-1.
Okay, so I'll say Villarreal. You laugh. I'll say Villarreal. You know what? I want to make this game interesting.
Oh
I
man.
want to make it interesting all the way down to the wire. I want to say Villarreal
Wow.
1-0 to Villarreal. Goal score in the 89th minute.
Damn. Wow. So between Atletico Madrid and Valladolid, who you got?
But I love Madrid, man. That's
Yeah.
no stamping.
You just want somebody to take this championship from Real Madrid, right?
I love
That's all you
Madrid. Need to
want.
put on a 3-0 whooping down.
We see your background, we see what you but yeah, I think Atletico Madrid wins that game and they become champion. I think they're gonna win that game at least by 2-0.
Okay. So
It's,
let's
it's
go.
not it's not what I want, but I think
Think they're gonna win.
on paper you got to give it to Atletico Madrid. And
Uh,
it's not bad Atletico Madrid becoming champions of Spain. That's fine. They deserve
so let's go back to England.
it.
England. So let's see. We got on deck. We have Arsenal versus Brighton.
Brighton. Yeah.
Okay, I ain't talking about Brighton. Okay, Brighton what?
Brighton play some good football. They might be in the second part of the table, but they've
Yeah.
been playing some good football. So Brighton's going to
No,
win the game 2-1.
it's a tough match. It's a boogie match.
Brighton is going to win the game 2-1.
All right. So Arsenal 2-0 to Arsenal.
Brighton 2-1 over Arsenal.
Okay, I pick
If you didn't
Arsenal.
hear it, Brighton 2-1 over Arsenal.
We heard it. Voila. We heard it. Okay, Arsenal is gonna win this game 2-0.
All right.
Okay, we got Villa and Chelsea.
I got Chelsea winning that one 2-1.
To what I got Chelsea
I
winning.
think Villa is gonna put up a fight, but I think Chelsea will win.
I got Chelsea winning 2-0. I think they got it. I think Chelsea will come out to go will motivate these boys and they're gonna come out the gate with something. Timo gonna
Oh,
score a beautiful.
and
And
one
I
thing
put
we gotta
Timo
remind
down.
one
I
thing we
put
gotta remind these folks that across all league, all the games, I think except in Spain, but all the games are at the same time.
yeah.
I think one of the leagues play on Saturday, but the other ones play on Sunday.
Spain. I will tell you, Spain games are at the same. Oh no, hold on.
No,
No, they're
no.
not the same time. You're
Like
right.
like Seville don't play on that Sunday, but I think all the other teams play tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we yeah. But yeah, don't worry about that. Let's do these predictions.
Yeah. So I'll say that the next. So we got you said Chelsea's right.
Yeah,
So I pick Chelsea as well. I think Chelsea's gonna win 2-0. So we'll go Fulham and Newcastle.
I got 2-2.
Okay,
I don't think either of these teams are capable of beating the other one.
I think I'm gonna go with Newcastle. Newcastle gonna win this game 2-0.
Hey, picking
Um,
well up there.
but the man on fire, my man. He's on fire.
Oh yeah, I saw a whole feature of the man on
Yeah,
social
man on
media.
fire, man. Man doing his thing. Man scoring goals out there like crazy, man. Man pet up and ball in the back of the net and making runs and stuff. Like I don't know how Mikel Arteta couldn't use that Peking, but the man's doing thing. He's doing bits. You know what? Going back to that Chelsea match, though, I was trying to say something, and then but I'd say, you know what? Timo Werner's gonna score a very beautiful goal. His hard work is gonna pay. And he's gonna get on the goal. She's gonna be a very fine goal for Timo.
And that's as well as Chelsea is playing. That's the disappointing part of Chelsea. They
Yeah,
don't put the
but,
finishing
yeah,
that way.
yeah. So let's go. I'm gonna bounce on this one. Yeah, I know who I would have picked, but because you've been doing what you're doing, I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna just go south on this one with on you. Let's go. West Brom and the team that shall remain nameless to after Sunday.
Leeds United, the great footballing Leeds United club. And Leeds is playing some brilliant football in the second half towards the end of the season. The last 5 games, they've been brilliant. Leeds win the game 3-1. It's West Brom. West Brom's already relegated. Leeds win the game 3-1.
Yeah, on a normal day, because I love Leeds as well. On a normal day, I would go.
Oh, confession.
I would. No, actually, I've been supporting them from the beginning of the season. I love playing them. I love to see them play that high energy football that they play. Even though we talked about their lack of defending, how we just feel that we had to play that somebody just gonna kill them.
No, but
But they have balanced things out. Bielsa have and this is what I keep telling people about. I'm not trying to segue into this whole
no, go
Arsenal
ahead.
thing, but you see, this is where you have the experience comes into play. See, of course, at Bielsa, they have the experience, right? You can talk all you say about them, but they know how to make as time goes by, they'll make that adjustment. And people can say, "Oh, he played this way, he did that," but they know what they are doing. They have the style, but they know when to make these adjustments to the style to kind of balance things. And look what's happening with this team. This team, if they invest in the offseason properly, they don't have to go buy 5-star players. They just have to buy the right players, and I'm sure they're going to buy the right players.
They need one or two right picks. Yeah.
Yeah. So and he's going to be there. He's I don't know whether he's going to
But
stay.
they're gonna. He's already signed. He signed.
Okay.
Bielsa only does his contract 1 year at a time.
Oh, okay. So
He signed. He signed up for another year. But I think they're gonna lose Alioski and somebody else.
I'm sure they can.
So we don't have to replenish. But look, and I'm glad that you made a confession that you admire Leeds United because everybody on this sport have admired Leeds United. But because I talk about Leeds United
I
so
think
much,
that is so wrong of you to say that. I have been supporting Leeds on this pause from the beginning when
no,
when
it's
the
not
season
wrong.
started.
As soon as I start talking about Leeds United, in fact, the other man said, "Oh, when you talk about Leeds United, you're so light up, you bright up, you're laughing, you're funny."
But that's true.
They are gigs, but you
You,
know what gigs said at the beginning of the season?
uh-uh.
That if it were not for the way Drinco can talk about this Leeds United, myself would support them. So we know he
Yeah,
like
but
that.
that's your boy now. That's a little homie now. So I ain't
You
gonna be.
know,
But I actually
and,
been
and,
enjoying Leeds
and
the
of
whole
course,
season.
Jerry admired them a lot. Tyron hasn't really confessed it, but I know
No,
Tyron still admired
I've
them.
always admired that. I always pick Leeds to win games because I like the high energy football that they play. I just
They play well, man. And you know,
yeah
considering that the season, and you think they will slow down a little bit, but they're still going at high speed.
yeah.
Hopefully, they can keep it on next season because I need my
So
Leeds United to be in this Premier League.
yeah, so no, but I think this is and you make that comparison with Arteta, like that's why as a club as Arsenal, you don't want to hire a coach like Arteta who doesn't have that. Even if it's a small time experience at a smaller team, if he doesn't have it, don't hire him. You got to hire somebody who have had some sort of experience, that teach them the difference and the way they have already learned their mistakes. And when it comes to the job, they might not win the league in the first season, but they're not going to get your team into the kind of position that we find ourselves in. So, and that's that. The players that Leeds had on paper, are they really better than the team that Arteta has?
No,
Exactly.
on
You
paper,
see,
nobody know them. Some of these players I never heard, but they're at least got in the
exactly.
Premier League. Yeah.
And they're playing. The same league that Arteta has been them playing in, like they don't know how to play football. You see? But let's go on to the next game.
Yeah, let's
Leicester
do
and
this before
Spurs.
Jerry said we had a 2 hour show.
We having fun, man. It's Friday night. Leicester and Spurs.
Yeah, I think that's one of the games of the weekend.
Yeah, man.
That have a lot of implications. But
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with Leicester City over Spurs 2-0. I think Spurs is crumbling right now.
Yeah, I'm going with Leicester as well. But I think it's gonna be a tough game. But Leicester, yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 to Leicester. Liverpool and Palace. We all know where they're heading. I wonder if B Sky were here, he was going to support Palace since his boy
Bro,
is leaving.
I know, right? Oh, but you know, Sam Allardyce is leaving though.
Yeah, both of those men them not don't need to be
He's
coaching no
leaving.
no football in the top
I
flight.
don't know if Hudson's gonna stay with Palace, but yeah, no man
I,
need to
I
retire and
thought
I go
Roy
enjoy
Hodgson
their
is leaving.
grandchildren.
Didn't they have the
Oh, he
last
leaving
match they
too?
played? They have like a what's the thing
Farewell
the
for him.
honoring thing for him? He's leaving as
Oh,
well.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, they did. Those men need to go retire, enjoy their grandchildren, bro.
well they do. They don't need
Their
to be
football
coaching no football.
mentality
Yeah,
is too old now.
yeah,
They're not matching up with the game. But I think Liverpool win against Crystal Palace 3-0.
yeah. Me too. I go with the same 3-0 score line for Liverpool. City and Everton.
I got Everton beating City 2. I think City is too concentrated on Champions League. And they already won the league, so they ain't got nothing much to prove there.
All right, so the next yes, I think City is going to win that game. I know they, depending on how serious they want to take the match, but and if they take it seriously, I think they're going to win. I'll go with a 3-1 to City.
Well,
Sheffield and Burnley.
Burnley win that game 2-1. Sheffield United on vacation already. The boy them already
Yeah,
got their fishing sticks out.
yeah, I'll go with 2-0 for Burnley. West Ham and Southampton.
You know, for some reason, I think this game is gonna draw 1-1.
Hmm.
You expect West Ham to win that game, but I think it's gonna draw 1-1.
West Ham going to win. I'll go with 2-0 for
I
West Ham.
think Southampton is gonna come true.
Yeah, I'm going with what's your score? What's your you gonna go through with Southampton?
1-1. I think it's a draw.
Draw? Okay, I'm going with West Ham on this one. I'll take a 2-0 West Ham. Wolves and Man United.
Surprisingly, United's gonna win the game. I know United's gonna win the game, but I think Wolves is gonna get in a run for the money too. So I think the game gonna end 3-2 to United. I think Wolves gonna have a couple of goals in that game.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go a different route here. The only thing you and I have in common with this one is gonna be United's gonna win it, but I ain't see that 3-2 where you see. I ain't seen it. I'm gonna go with a 3-0 score line for
For
Man
United,
United. Yep.
wow.
United's gonna rob those people. United is on fire, man.
This particular game I remind you about it on Sunday.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything to me.
And I hope we do the live pod when watching the game. So
Maybe when
remind
even
you
if
about
they
that
lost, maybe Boko don't have to talk a lot. That's all.
game.
That's the only boo part I work for me, but it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
but yeah, it's been a good show, man. It's always fun when Al is on.
I'm telling you, man, we'll do a good show out in this joint. So gentlemen, I guess that's the end of this episode of the African Talking Sports Podcast. We have fun tonight. I hope you guys have fun as well. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share it, and tell your friends and their friends and their friends about it. And help promote our work, and leave us a feedback if you want to see something different, and if you want to see some changes to the format or anything. We're open to your input and to make this a success so everybody can enjoy it. Again, Drinko, you having a last word for the fans
Yeah,
out
just a quick reminder, folks. We know that this weekend is the last weekend across Europe for football, soccer. So, but coming back, we'll continue doing the pod. We got the Euros coming up. We got the Olympics coming up, and we're also going to be looking at players transfer and stuff like that, and see where people are going to fit in during the off season. So
there?
stick around with us, and we'll have some good shows coming up. And the Euros should be interesting this year. So
Yeah,
we look
yeah,
forward to that one too.
yeah. Rightly said, my brother. So yeah, again, stay tuned. Don't go away because this is like the last review of the season. But soccer, football slash soccer continue on into July, into back to August, and then when the season starts and all this. So like you said, transfer any other international continental competition. We'll try to do our best to see how best we can cover it and keep talking about the sports that we all love. Again, thank you again. Have a blessed night. Enjoy the weekend.